Fair Use Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. July 17th. Surrender and Self-Examination. My stability came out of trying to give, not out of demanding that I receive. Thus, I think it can work out with emotional sobriety. If we examine every disturbance we have, great or small, we will find at the root of it some unhealthy dependency and its consequent unhealthy demand. Let us, with God's help, continually surrender these hobbling demands. Then we can be set free to live and love. We may then be able to 12th step ourselves and others into emotional sobriety. The Language of the Heart, page 238. Years of dependency on alcohol as a chemical mood changer deprived me of the capability to interact emotionally with my fellows. I thought I had to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, and self-motivated in a world of unreliable people. Finally, I lost my self-respect and was left with dependency, lacking any ability to trust myself or to believe in anything. Surrender and self-examination while sharing with newcomers helped me to ask humbly for help. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, July 17th. Two of those closest to me were newly recovering alcoholics. During the drinking years, I had become so enmeshed with them and their self-destructive behavior that I lost sight of the idea that I could be happy even if they were depressed. I could live a serene life even if they went back to drinking. The turning point in my Al-Anon recovery came when someone said to me, "You'll have to learn to make it whether the alcoholics do or not." From that day on, I tried to keep in mind that I had my own life and my own destiny. Once I began to separate my welfare from that of the alcoholics, I found it easier to detach from the decisions they made about how and where and when and with whom to conduct their lives. Because my fate, my very life, was no longer tied directly to theirs, I was able to accept them for who they were and to listen to their ideas and concerns without trying to exercise control. Thanks to Al-Anon, I can concentrate my energy where I do have some control over my own life. Today's reminder: my time is too precious to waste living in the future or worrying about something over which I have no power. I am building a wonderful life for myself today. As I continue to practice putting the focus on myself, it is a relief to see I can let go of others' problems instead of trying to solve them. Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, July 17th. Using dreams. Do we fully accept the fact that our every attempt to stop using or to control our using failed? Basic text, page 19. The room is dark. Your forehead is bathed in cold sweat. Your heart is racing. You open your eyes, sure that you've just blown your clean time. You've had a using dream, and it was just like being there. The people, the places, the routine, the sick feeling in your stomach, everything. It takes a few moments to realize it was just a nightmare, that it didn't actually happen. Slowly, you settle down and return to sleep. The next morning is the time to examine what really happened the night before. You didn't use last night, but how close are you to using today? Do you have any illusions about your ability to control your using? Do you know without a doubt what would happen once you took the first drug? What stands between you and a real live relapse? How strong is your program, your relationship with your sponsor, your home group, and your higher power? Using dreams don't necessarily indicate a hole in our program. For a drug addict, there's nothing more natural than to dream of using drugs. Some of us think of using dreams as gifts from our higher power, vividly reminding us of the insanity of active addiction and encouraging us to strengthen our recovery. Seen in that light, we can be grateful for using dreams. Frightening as they are, they can prove to be great blessings if we use them to reinforce our recovery. Just for today, I will examine my personal program. I will talk with my sponsor about what I find and seek ways to strengthen my recovery. Today, Emotions Anonymous, July 17th. Reflection for today. My written inventory must be thorough, going back to my earliest memories because this is where the root of my problem is. It was in childhood I developed a pattern of behavior which I thought would protect me from hurt, assure me of financial and emotional security, and gain approval and praise for myself. Step 4 is an ego reducer. To get to this step, I have had to admit I have not been able to gain peace of mind and emotional stability by applying my old patterns of behavior and thinking. Meditation for today. May I realize that you will accept my sincere attempt to search out my strengths as well as my weaknesses. Today I will remember I do not have to do things perfectly for God's approval. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. July 17. Sexual abuse. We release the shame we have carried surrounding the sexual abuse. BRB, which stands for Big Red Book, page 233. Those of us who were sexually abused often gravitate to self-destructive behaviors to numb the pain and shame. With meetings and the help of our higher power, we gradually shed some of the behaviors that keep us stuck. If we have acted out sexually, we learn respect for ourselves and others. If the use of pornography has brought us shame and guilt, we look honestly at its effect and let it go, one day at a time. If we have numbed ourselves with socially acceptable pastimes like TV and computer games, we learn to find balance. Some of us who are connected financially to our perpetrators begin to take steps to become financially independent of them, letting go of their control. In recovery, we honor our inner children who survived the abuse by learning how to play again, by giving them a voice and listening to them, especially around sexual thoughts. We let them know that it's okay to talk, to trust, and to feel. We let them know we are there for them and that they come first, that they don't have to be sexual to be loved. The affirmation reads, on this day, I will remember that as I work my program, I am rescuing myself and no longer allowing the abuse to control my life. Please share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be, one day at a time.